offer a small poem to Srila Prabhupada. The topic of that is Your Divine Grace. The age of Kali, degraded and full of sins. Human beings are running in rat race. To make us understand about our goal, appeared in this world Your Divine Grace. Born in ignorance, this materialistic civilization, running after mirage, forgot their destination. You came and chased them with transcendental faith, delivered whole world, Your Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So we are waiting for the moment that has come. Here arriving, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj ki. सही भक्त आगे आ जाएं कृपा करके. So we are very grateful to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj for his auspicious presence here, and we are going to hear from Maharaj. So, Maharaj does not need any introduction. Because of Maharaj, all the devotees have arrived here. So, but we were on behalf of ISKCON Ujjain, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Maharaj through a short poem, few words. Dear Maharaj, that divine journey which you began in West brought your holiness to India, crossing all tests. Dear Maharaj, traveled the world for fulfillment of spiritual quest, finally met with Srila Prabhupada, the personality best. Accepting Krishna consciousness, you re-entered foreign nation, shared the message of Bhakti with heart full of compassion. In your transcendental voice, you show us path of perfection, your love and pure devotion leading millions to Golok destination. Lastly,
Hare Krishna Mahan बुला दो एक बार जोर से.
by one time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dear Maharaj, ISKCON Ujjain is eternally grateful to you for coming here. Your auspicious presence and Krishna Katha removes all fear. Srila Prabhupada's divine teachings, Your Holiness always share. Please keep us always under your loving shelter and care. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival ki.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Vidhi Vadadhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Vidhi Vadadhari.
Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Panachari Yamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Vallabha Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Panachari Jamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Charja Astho Darasata Sri Shimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Charja Astho Darasata Sri Shimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananti Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Kiti Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sri Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Lokanistarite, sorry. Lokanistarite tomara avatara. Namera mahima loke kodila prachara. Lokanistarite tomara avatara. Namera mahima loke kodila prachara. Lokanistarite tomara avatara. Namera mahima loke kodila prachara. Amen. Ladies. Loka nistarite. to deliver people in general. This Tomara Avatara, your incarnation, Namera Mahima, the glories of the holy name, Loke, in this world, Kodila Prachar, you have preached. Your role in this incarnation is to deliver the people in general. You have sufficiently preached the glories of the holy name in this world. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Haridas Thakur is known as Namacharya because it is he who preached the glories of chanting Harinam, the holy name of God. By using the words Tomara Avatara, your incarnation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirms that Haridas Thakur is the incarnation of Lord Brahma. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that advanced devotees help the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his mission, and that such devotees or personal associates incarnate by the will of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord incarnates by his own will. And by his will, competent devotees also incarnate to help him in his mission. Haridas Thakur is thus the incarnation of Lord Brahma, and other devotees are likewise incarnations to help in the prosecution of the Lord's mission. Om Agyantimidandasya Gyananjanachalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padma Sri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swamin Iti Namine Hare Krishna. I am very grateful, very honored, and I feel very blessed to be in your association on this very holy day. Could anybody hear? Thank you. Today we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 11, entitled The Passing of Haridas Thakur, text 25. This particular pastime concludes with Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describing in such depth how Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found pleasure in glorifying his devotees. Srila Prabhupada taught us to chant the holy names like a baby crying for mother. Thank you for giving us realization before we speak on this subject. It's quite intense. The baby is not trying to show off, not doing a ritual, just crying out of great necessity. Today is Vyas Puja Day of His Holiness Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja. And the incredible services he rendered in his pure unalloyed surrender to Srila Prabhupada, Radha Madan Mohan, have reverberated with Srila Prabhupada's grace throughout the entire world. He personally, along with followers and disciples who he inspires and empowers, are at the very heart and core of some of the greatest projects worldwide. And along with everything he's done, translating all of Srila Prabhupada's books into Bengali, he did all of Prabhupada's Indian correspondence, creating television series to glorify Srila Prabhupada's life, established a whole dimension of traditional Bengali cooking within our whole movement. And I'm just remembering he always wanted to take me to places like South Africa, but I was too fallen and I just didn't do it. But practically anywhere in the world I did go, he was there preaching. Tireless. And yet still, he established this beautiful project, incredible temple in Ujjain. And how much effort, how much of his heart and soul he put into developing this project, calling these beautiful deities of Madan Mohan and Shri Radhanath, Krishna Balaram, Gaurnitai, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Nrsimha Prahlad. Developing educational facilities, cultural facilities, making deities for the world. Bringing people from all over the world, our movement, and local people a real understanding of one of the great places of Kumbh Mela. The place where Krishna and Balaram studied under their guru, their teacher, Sandipani Muni. Is all this that we are experiencing today? He inspired. He manifested. And he established this festival, especially to offer our glorifications of Srila Prabhupada. Everything in his life he did was for that purpose. We have such wonderful devotees, senior devotees coming from various parts of the world to share the glories of Srila Prabhupada here. So yes, he built this place for us to glorify his spiritual master. And I was told on his day of Vyas Puja, his appearance day, he especially wanted it a day to glorify Srila Prabhupada. And somehow or other devotees convinced him to allow the afternoon to be dedicated for him. But this is his example. This is his life. Today also being the disappearance day of Srila Haridas Thakur, I'd like to begin by speaking something of this beautiful Leela from Sri Chaitanya Charitam. And the very, very special connection that this story has with Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja's relationship. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami begins, describing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Jagannath Puri. He's living in Gambhira with Swarup Damodar, Goswami, Ramananda Rai, his godbrother Kashishwar Pandit and Govinda. They are both personally assisting him. One day, Govinda goes to the bhajan kutir of Hasta with Jagannath's Mahaprasad. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhavaduti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupa. He's Krishna experiencing and manifesting the Mahabhav, the supreme ecstatic love of Sri Radha. He's spreading the glories of the love of Sri Vrindavan Dham through the Sankirtan movement. And he takes the role of his own devotees to show us, by his own example, how to practice Krishna consciousness, and especially how to associate with devotees and hear and chant the glories of the Lord. Every morning, early, you could go into Jagannath's temple with his devotees for darshan of Jagannath and kirtan. Haridas Thakur, because of his birth and background, he was considered by the orthodoxy to be an untouchable. He wasn't allowed in the temple, nor did he feel himself qualified even to go in the temple. This is something so striking that Srila Prabhupada would remind us. The Yugala, the Yuga Dharma for this age is the chanting holy names. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Yuga Avatar doing that. And who did he make the Acharya? Foremost person teaching by an example. Somebody who was outside all the conventional castes, all the traditional ways of perceiving a person's qualifications. He simply loved Krishna. He was surrendered to Krishna. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, many stories. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat also about Haridas Thakur. And most of them are about how he's persecuted, how he's attacked. People are trying to destroy his reputation, even trying to arrest him or kill him. Trinadapi Sunichena Tarori Vasir. His only anxiety was how other people were suffering. And he wanted to help them. That wonderful story in Fuliyagram near Shantipur. He was brought before the local king. And there were so many powerful people all around. They said, Haridas, you just quietly chant. Nobody will bother you. But if you're out preaching, then we're going to have to torture you and kill you. He was the only devotee in that assembly. There wasn't any live streams for the world to see. He was just revealing his heart, and everybody around, they hated him. He said, you can cut my body into millions of pieces, but every one of those pieces will strive to deliver the fallen souls by spreading the glories of the chanting of the names of Krishna. So was declared he be beaten 22 marketplace. And in the end, his persecutors, they said, Haridas, no one has ever lived through 3 marketplaces. And you're looking at us as you have pity on us. And we're beating you, and we're blaspheming you, and we're dragging you. The whole time Haridas, Lord Chaitanya revealed this years later. The whole time he was being beaten, Haridas was praying, Krishna, please forgive them and give them your loving service. Lord Chaitanya said, I had to lay on your body to protect you from death and withstand those beatings on my own body. That is Haridas. That is the love of a devotee for the Lord, and the love of the Lord for the devotee beyond any conventional consideration. Srila Prabhupada would so often say there is no material qualification or disqualification for bhakti. It is based on the sincerity to actually please Krishna by following his teachings. So now in Puri, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally arranged this place for Haridas to live. And personally planted the tree from Jagannath's Prasad so that he would have shade while he was chanting. 300,000 names minimum every day. And Lord Chaitanya, who is Jagannath, he would come out of the temple every day with his own Mahaprasad to give to Haridas Thakur and spend hours just talking about Krishna with him. So now Thakur Haridas is very old. This is the Antya Lila. And Lord Chaitanya sends Govinda with Mahaprasad. I'm just thinking how many times Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja would send us Mahaprasad. And how Srila Prabhupada was so attentive that everyone gets Mahaprasad. It's so much a part of the love of a devotee. When Govinda comes into the Siddha Bakula, Haridas Thakur is laying down, softly chanting the holy names of Krishna. I have brought you Mahaprasad. Haridas finished my rounds. But at the same time, I cannot refuse Mahaprasad. So he bowed down and offered prayers to the prasad and took one little particle to honor it. This was told to Lord Chaitanya. And the next morning, Lord Chaitanya personally came to Haridas Thakur. He asked how you are. Haridas said, my body is fine, but my mind is very diseased because I cannot finish my rounds. 192 rounds before he would eat anything. What type of enthusiasm did Haridas have? His whole life he was chanting 3 lakhs of Krishna's names. And still he was associating with devotees and preaching so boldly, so enthusiastically. So in this particular section, Lord Chaitanya is saying, you're very old. You could reduce your quota of chanting. Your role in this incarnation to deliver the people in general, you have sufficiently preached the glories of the holy name. Now kindly reduce the times you chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And Haridas, he prays, my Lord, please hear my plea. I was born in an inferior family, and my body is most abominable. I always engage in low work. Therefore, I am the lowest, most condemned of men. I'm unseeable and untouchable, but you have accepted me as your servant. This means you have delivered me from a hellish condition and raised me to the Vaikuntha platform. My dear Lord, you are the fully independent personality of Godhead. You act by your own free will. You cause the whole world to dance and act as you like. He refers to when the Lord arranged for him to be offered the highest honors at the Shraddha Bhadra of Advaita Prabhu. And he concludes, I have had one desire for a very long time. I think that quite soon, my Lord, you will bring a close to your pastimes within this material world. I wish that you not show me this closing chapter of your pastimes. Before that time comes, kindly let my body fall down in your presence. I wish to catch your lotus-like feet upon my heart and see your moonlight face. With my tongue I shall chant the holy name Sri Krishna Chaitanya. That is my desire. Kindly let me give up my body in this way. O most merciful Lord, if by your mercy this is possible, kindly grant my desire. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Haridas, Krishna is so merciful that he must execute whatever you want. But whatever happiness is mine is all due to your association. It is not fitting for you to go away and leave me behind. Catching the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, do not create an illusion. Although I am so fallen, you must certainly show me this mercy. My Lord, there are many respectable personalities, millions of devotees who are fit to sit on my head. They are all helpful in your pastimes. My Lord, if an insignificant insect like me dies, what is the loss? If an ant dies, Where is the loss to the material world? My Lord, you are always affectionate to your devotees. I am just an imitation devotee. But nevertheless, I wish that you fulfill my desire. That is my expectation. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then left and returned the next day with many of his loving associates. Haridas Thakur greeted all of them by taking dust from their feet and offering his obeisances to each devotee. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to glorify Haridas as if he had 5 mouths. And asked the devotees to have kirtan. As everyone was chanting, dancing, Thakur Haridas clasped the Lord's lotus feet upon his heart. Like 2 bumblebees, he gazed at the lotus face of Lord Chaitanya and continuously chanted Sri Krishna Chaitanya as tears of love streamed from his eyes. And he took the dust of the feet of every assembled devotee. And in this state, he gave up his life. When the devotees saw this, they remembered Bhishma's parting in the presence of Krishna. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this body of Haridas that was so rejected by so many for so long as being untouchable, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would say to Haridas, I touch you to purify myself. He lifted the body of Haridas and danced with him in his arms. And danced as devotees were loudly crying out the holy names. When they performed the last rites, they had a procession to the sea. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally bathed the body of Haridas and proclaimed, now this is a holy place of pilgrimage, because it has washed the body of Haridas Thakur. And everyone began, on Lord Chaitanya's instructions, drinking the water that washed his feet. Along with the devotees, they dug a hole in the ground in the sand, put Jagannath's prasad upon it. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally placed the sand on Haridas for the devotees and erected a samadhi. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the town of Puri, Singadwaram, and was begging for prasad to have a grand feast for Haridas Thakur. Swarup Damodar Goswami said, my Lord, we will do this. And there was huge amounts of prasad, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began serving. But every handful he put on a devotee's plate was more than what 5 people could eat. So Swarup Damodar Goswami said, no one will eat before you, so please. It was all to glorify his devotee. And at the end of this grand feast, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, such deep love and emotion, he said, everyone chant Jaya Jaya Haridas and sing the holy names of Krishna. Haridas Thakur was the crown jewel of the entire universe. And now Krishna's taken away that jewel. By Krishna's mercy, he gave me the association of Haridas Thakur, and now by his own sweet will, Krishna has taken that away. Then Lord Chaitanya said, anyone who hears this story, anyone who in any way participated in this pastime, Krishna will favor with devotional service. This is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love for his devotee. This is how Krishnadas Kaviraj describes. It is indescribable. We are remembering Srila Prabhupada's glories today by Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja's wish. So many thousands of people have come for this festival. And for the last couple days, I've been very deeply absorbed to whatever extent I'm able to in reading The Ocean of Mercy by Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Now, he gives us the opportunity to be with Srila Prabhupada through his eyes and through his heart. So much of the essence of what Srila Prabhupada gave his life to give the world, he witnessed, he realized, and he shared with the world. There's a section in Ocean of Mercy where he is with Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who was Srila Prabhupada's personal secretary at the time. And they're walking along the river Ganges, Ganga, in Rishikesh. And Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj says, you are so fortunate. You were born and raised in India and Bengal, and you didn't have to go through all the conditionings that we did living in the West. So he's praising the good fortune of Bhakti Charu. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj responds by citing Srila Prabhupada, that actually Krishna sent his own associates to be born in the Western countries so that they could assist Srila Prabhupada in spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. So Tamal Krishna Goswami smiled. Now, what I was experiencing as I'm reading this is, yes, devotees from the West, because Srila Prabhupada was meant by the order of his guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to spread Lord Chaitanya's teachings in the English language all over the world. Is today the day Srila Prabhupada arrived in America? Huh? He is telling me by the English calendar, today is the day Srila Prabhupada arrived in America on the Jaladut. And since Srila Prabhupada performed this duty to spread Lord Chaitanya's teachings in the English language, so we will be very happy to accept the English calendar today. It's amazing how everything is. He came to spread the holy names around. That was Lord Chaitanya's essence. Thakur Haridas is the Namacharya. And today he arrived in America to fulfill that mission. And today is also Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja's Vyas Puja Day. So Srila Prabhupada came with nothing and no one. And these devotees from the West, they were so fortunate to receive his mercy. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj, while he's appreciating this toward the Western devotees, how much the world of Vaishnava should appreciate the arrangement that Krishna made in his life to assist Srila Prabhupada. In his book, he describes he was born in a wealthy, cultured Bengali family. And there was crisis, there was heartbreak. His mother passed away when he was very young. His family fell into poverty. But somehow or other in that upbringing, there was, and it was when Bhakti Charu Swami was born, India was still under British rule. There was still so much influence. And the British rule was especially powerful in Calcutta. It was the capital for a long time. So he went to the West, seeking the treasures of the West. And in the process, he really learned what the West was. What are the values? He really learned how to make friends and interact. And then he realized what he actually took birth for, that this is all Maya. And he came back to India to sincerely search for what hardly anyone in India was looking for. The essence of the goal of life is searching for a guru. And there are so many beautiful details. Please study this book. It's wonderful. And he describes how by the influence of one of his old friends, Sarvabhavana, he went to the temple in Calcutta. And he heard a Bhagavad Gita class. And afterward, he asked if he could get a Bhagavad Gita. They didn't have any, so they gave him Nectar of Devotion. And that book, we heard from Devi Shakti Devi yesterday and Shruti Kirti Prabhu about the power of Srila Prabhupada's books. By reading Nectar of Devotion, he completely accepted Srila Prabhupada as his spiritual master, totally. Accepted God as a person, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. and accepted the path of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was so eager to meet Srila Prabhupada. From Calcutta, he went to Mayapur. He was given many very difficult services in Mayapur. But finally, it was at the Kumbh Mela. It's really interesting because Ujjain is one of the places of Kumbh Mela where that nectar comes together. Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj, that was his first meeting with Srila Prabhupada. And on a train, he was invited into Prabhupada's entourage. His first direct discussion with Srila Prabhupada, where they personally exchanged words. He's a new devotee. What did Prabhupada see in this person? He said, I want you to translate all my books in Bengali. First meeting. Of all the languages in the world, Prabhupada's books was being translated. But Bengali is the official language of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangala, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakti Ratnakar, all these great classic Bengali. The songs of Narottam Das Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And Srila Prabhupada's own personal mother language is Bengali. First meeting, first words that Srila Prabhupada said to him, translate all my books into Bengali. And with all of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja's experiences, he knew the heart of Bengal and the heart and the culture of spiritual India. And he also knew how to interact and the values of the people of the Western world. And very soon after that, Srila Prabhupada gave him first and second initiation at the same time. Something very rare in those days. And asked him to do his correspondence. And because of these services, he was part of the inner core of Srila Prabhupada's entourage. In Mayapur, in Calcutta, in Mumbai, Bombay at the time, and various places. Srila Prabhupada taught him how to cook. And it's extraordinary being right at Srila Prabhupada's side intimately in Rishikesh. He was seeing how Srila Prabhupada was dealing with, responding with his senior leaders, what Srila Prabhupada really wanted. He was right there. And he describes the crises. Srila Prabhupada entrusted him with that personal association so that he could share with the world Srila Prabhupada's example. When Srila Prabhupada was very ill in Vrindavan, one day a devotee told him, Srila Prabhupada wants to give you sannyas. From my understanding of the book, he's only been a devotee 3 months. He just took first and second initiation a few months before. And Srila Prabhupada is asking him to take sannyas. So at that time, some senior sannyasis, the senior most men of ISKCON, started taking him aside and having meeting with him. You should not take sannyas. You've only been a devotee a few months. You only just got initiated. Very difficult to be a sannyas. And it's a very senior position. You're still a new devotee. Bhakti Charu said, I never asked to take sannyas. Srila Prabhupada wants to give it. You should speak with him. At the time, he was cooking for Srila Prabhupada. So he went back in the kitchen to cook. And those same senior devotees came, led by His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami, and said, we just had a talk with Srila Prabhupada. And we explained all our reservations and all of our doubts. And the conclusion is, Srila Prabhupada wants you to take sannyas the day after tomorrow. So what did Charu Swami do? He continued cooking. And he was just the servant. And he brought the prasad in, and Prabhupada told him. And 2 days later, the day of Snan Yatra in Vrindavan, 1977, Srila Prabhupada awarded him sannyas and gave him the new name Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. He describes how the senior leaders of ISKCON and the sannyasis performed the fire yajna in the temple, but Srila Prabhupada was too ill to go down. So Bhakti Charu Swami came back up into Prabhupada's quarters, and Srila Prabhupada gave him the danda and gave him his name and gave him the sannyas mantra. And he describes how Srila Prabhupada taught him about the Avanti Brahman. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas in Gatva from Srila Keshav Bharati Maharaj, and he was roaming toward Vrindavan, Lord Chaitanya was reciting the prayers of the Avanti Brahman, which is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna tells the story to Uddhava. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj describes this in such a way it so much melted my heart because Srila Prabhupada is personally telling him this story. Because it was so important to Lord Chaitanya. This Brahman of Avanti Desh was wealthy, successful, but he became greedy and delusioned, and then he lost everything. He lost everybody's respect. He lost his family, lost his wealth, his property. He had nothing except miseries. And in that state, here in Avanti, he surrendered to the Lord in his heart. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered this is at the heart of what a sannyasi is. Complete surrender, taking shelter of the Lord in the heart. Giving one's body, one's mind, one's words, one's life in surrender to the Lord's will. Actually, I was just reading this morning. And Srila Prabhupada is imparting this event, this lesson to Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And then he comes and builds a magnificent temple in Avanti. Of course, many years later, but it's a very, very beautiful, meaningful. Srila Prabhupada was glorifying this pastime in this place to him on that very, very holy day that he took sannyas. And then after becoming Bhakti Charu, Swami Maharaja, and in the history of ISKCON during Srila Prabhupada's time, probably ever since, nobody ever took first, second, and sannyas within 3 months. But Srila Prabhupada had very little time to physically be within us in this world. And what was the concentrated, special, intimate affection and trust he had in Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj? And what did he see that Bhakti Charu Maharaj will do to spread Lord Chaitanya's mission throughout the world? After this incredible historic ceremony, and Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj also pointed out to everybody who was assembled, this is the first time Prabhupada ever changed a sannyasi's name by beginning with Bhakti, which was the tradition of many of the Gaudiya mats. I think from Kirchor Gopinath to Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So it's very special. And being now awarded a danda and a sannyas title, and being given a status in the highest rung of the leadership of ISKCON, what did he do? He went back to the kitchen to cook for Srila Prabhupada. And he writes, I really didn't feel any difference after I took sannyas. I was just there to serve Prabhupada, whatever title he gives me or doesn't give me. He wants me to cook, I'll cook. This was the mood of his surrender. Naham Viprona Chanarapatir. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he offered this prayer at the Ratha Yatra before he manifested his mood of Sri Radha's love for Sri Krishna in Viraha Bhav, in separation. He prayed, I'm not a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, Brahmacharya, Stavana, Grasta, Sannyas. I'm just striving to be an insignificant servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord of Gopis. And that was Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja. That is how he understood sannyas is not just a title. It's the spirit of surrendering body, mind, words, and life for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. One of the most beautiful things that I learned and was inspired by is how Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj appreciated, not only with complete faith, Srila Prabhupada, but how much he appreciated those devotees who were serving Srila Prabhupada. The ocean of mercy, he's glorifying so many of Srila Prabhupada's servants. From the core of his heart. His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who Srila Prabhupada and Sri Radha Parthasarathi has just taken from this world physically. He had this quality also. When he first came to Krishna consciousness, he's from a cultured family in India. He went to the West for education. In fact, Devi Shakti Devi was describing that she went to McGill University to look for the book that Bhakti Vinod Thakur had sent there in 1896. And she found it in the library. Lord Chaitanya's teachings. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj went to college and got his master's degree at McGill University. And it was there in Montreal that he first met Srila Prabhupada. Shrutikirti Prabhu was talking about Pradyumna Prabhu yesterday. And Pradyumna Prabhu just last time I was in New York, we were discussing Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And he said he was there when he first came to meet Srila Prabhupada. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj, although he was so successful and so he was working. He had a really good job for one of the leading corporations of the world. But still, he was bowing down to each devotee. And he honored each devotee. Why? Because he loved Srila Prabhupada so much that anyone who was serving Prabhupada, he honored. And that same quality, in their own intimate, unique ways, Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And in this beautiful Ocean of Mercy book, He's showing how Srila Prabhupada loved his disciples. Those who were distributing books, those who were endeavoring to uplift the devotees. Practically any service that a devotee was sincerely giving his heart and soul to, Srila Prabhupada was so deeply appreciative. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj is there, seeing the interactions. That historical event where our movement in America was in great danger. There was court case suing our movement and trying to close it down as being a bogus religion that was brainwashing people. And it seemed for all practical purpose we were losing the case. And they came in to report it to Srila Prabhupada, and Bhakti Charu Swami was right there. It was very dangerous. Quite disheartening. Our movement was severely being attacked, both on the level of the devotees' lives and our legal status in the West. Prabhupada, he said, we must fight, and we will win. This will bring us greater victory. And he gave such courage to the devotees. And sure enough, we won the court case. And Srila Prabhupada said, this is a great victory. I came to America with nothing and didn't know if anybody would listen to me. And now the U.S. court system has officially made ISKCON a recognized religion. If it wasn't for the attack, that wouldn't have happened like that. But Srila Prabhupada had that confidence, even when it appeared that we lost. And again, in so many different situations, that Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was at Srila Prabhupada's side. Srila Prabhupada would confide in him, privately, and reveal his mind and his heart to him. And gave him so many precious instructions. Yes, Srila Prabhupada was quite aware that he was going to leave this world very soon. From Rishikesh, he told Bhakti Charu Maharaj personally. He was the first to hear this. Prabhupada said, take me back to Vrindavan. I want to go there to leave this world. Prabhupada didn't say that to anybody else at the time. And he ran and told Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami, this is what Prabhupada said. Tamal Krishna Goswami came and Prabhupada said, yes, take me to Vrindavan. It's time for me to leave this world. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj took this spirit, took this message, took this divine grace that was entrusted to him so profusely by Srila Prabhupada, especially in that last year of Srila Prabhupada's Leelas. Recently, I was in France at the New Mayapur. Is that New Mayapur? And the temple president there was saying, we're only here because of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaja. Somehow or other, whatever happened, they were legally going to lose the whole property. And he was the one who stepped in and brought his disciples from England to try to help. And personally gave them the strength, the inspiration, and also made the guarantees to the government by which that property is still there. Bhakti Charu Maharaj had such enthusiasm to bring Krishna consciousness in every type of level to the people of the world, through art, through culture, through literature. And he did. And so much of what I consider foundational pillars are those who he has inspired. And those who are surrendering their hearts to be the servant of Srila Prabhupada through him. So I think it's time for me to end. I don't have qualifications to speak about such a glorious Vaishnav as Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And his perception of Srila Prabhupada's glories is so much a treasure in our hearts. I want to congratulate all the disciples and followers and everyone here who may be inspired by Srila Bhakti Charu Swami. You are forever blessed. He's given his heart and soul to give you his heart and soul. Srila Prabhupada's mercy. I thank you. I congratulate you. And in whatever small way I have capacity, please consider me your servant. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. All devotees, I think you have seen the GEV project in Bombay, near Bombay. Very wonderful project with so many beautiful, wonderful cows. I was so impressed with that. And I would like to honor Radhanath Maharaj with a small cow. Thank you very much, Maharaj. I also would like to invite Chandramoli Maharaj is here. Chandramoli Maharaj, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for enlivening us in this wonderful, it was a brilliant class. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you. Chandramoli Maharaj, always dancing in ecstasy. Please face the audience so that they can see. Can I touch to your lotus head? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Chandramoli Maharaj. Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Years ago, Chandramali Swami Maharaj and myself took care of cows together.
That's why I've given you the 2 cows.
I was in charge of milking them, and he would make the milk and butter.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mahaman.
Radhanath Maharaj is here.
Yeah.
We want to offer one project we are doing in Porbandar, which Guru Maharaj glanced some 25 years ago on the beach front in Porbandar. So His Holiness Bhakti Charan, our Guru, on the beach side when he was translating. So he said there could be a temple here. And then we, over a period, just give me that.
Many restrictions. It's a Porbandar.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So we are very grateful to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj